New York Knicks vs Minnesota Timberwolves full game highlights, October 9, 2025 NBA Preseason. The New York Knicks and Minnesota Timberwolves clashed in an intense preseason showdown on October 9, 2025, delivering a high-energy battle that looked more like a playoff game than an exhibition. Both teams came into this matchup eager to test new rotations, showcase their young talent, and set the tone for the upcoming NBA season. Madison Square Garden was buzzing with excitement as fans got their first extended look at the new-look Knicks, while the Timberwolves aimed to prove that their chemistry and size could make them one of the West's toughest teams. From start to finish, the game was filled with spectacular highlights, fierce defense, and flashes of star power that reminded everyone the 2025-26 season is right around the corner. The first quarter set the tone immediately, with both teams pushing the pace. Jalen Brunson came out aggressive, picking up right where he left off last season. The Knicks floor general attacked the basket with precision, used his footwork to create space for mid-range shots, and orchestrated the offense with veteran poise. Julius Randle joined the action early, bullying his way inside for tough buckets and controlling the boards. But the Timberwolves quickly countered. Anthony Edwards, who looks poised for another breakout season, came out firing. His athleticism was on full display as he threw down a powerful dunk over two defenders and followed it up with a deep three from the wing. Karl-Anthony Towns also made his presence felt, stretching the floor with his shooting and creating mismatches for the Knicks' big men. Minnesota's Twin Tower lineup with Towns and Rudy Gobert gave New York some early trouble inside, forcing them to rely more on perimeter shooting. R.J. Barrett tried to spark the Knicks' offense with a couple of strong drives, but the Wolves' defense held firm. By the end of the first quarter, Minnesota led 30-25, thanks to efficient play from Edwards and a balanced effort from their bench. In the second quarter, both teams started to dig deeper into their rotations, and the energy picked up even more. The Knicks' bench came alive behind Immanuel Quickley, who provided instant offense. Quickley hit back-to-back threes and then drove the lane for a crafty floater, bringing the Garden crowd to life. Donte DiVincenzo and Josh Hart added hustle and defensive intensity, diving for loose balls and forcing turnovers that turned into fast break points. On the Timberwolves side, Naz Reid continued to show why he's one of the league's most underrated big men, scoring efficiently off the bench and holding his own defensively. Midway through the quarter, the game turned into a duel between Brunson and Edwards. Brunson used his savvy to draw fouls and control the pace, while Edwards kept pushing the tempo, showing off his improved playmaking by finding open teammates like Jaden McDaniels and Mike Conley for threes. Towns and Randle battled down low in a physical matchup, exchanging buckets and hard-fought rebounds. The Knicks' defense tightened late in the half, with Mitchell Robinson anchoring the paint and blocking a couple of key shots. A late three by Brunson just before the buzzer tied the game at 55 heading into halftime. The third quarter was where things really started to heat up. Both teams came out of the break looking sharper and more focused. Brunson continued his masterclass performance, scoring from all over the court, while Randle added muscle inside, finishing through contact. The Timberwolves, however, responded with their own offensive burst. Edwards exploded for 10 straight points, including a deep three from the logo that brought the Minnesota bench to its feet. Towns joined the scoring spree with his smooth shooting touch, nailing a couple of big threes to keep the Wolves in front. Defensively, Rudy Gobert began to dominate the paint, altering shots and cleaning up the glass. The Knicks adjusted by moving the ball more, swinging it around the perimeter to find open shooters. DiVincenzo and Barrett capitalized, hitting key threes to keep the game close. With under 2 minutes left in the third, a fast break sequence electrified the crowd. Brunson lobbed it to Randle for a thunderous slam, only for Edwards to answer immediately with a pull-up jumper in transition. The third quarter ended with the Timberwolves holding a slim 84-81 lead. The fourth quarter was a thriller from start to finish. The Knicks opened the period with a quick 7-0 run led by Quickley and Hart, forcing a Minnesota timeout. The Knicks' defense locked in, with Robinson blocking shots and Randle battling hard on the boards. But the Timberwolves weren't about to fade. Towns and Edwards returned to the floor and instantly reignited Minnesota's offense. Edwards hit another tough jumper, and Towns drained a clutch three from the top of the key to tie the game with 4 minutes left. From there, it was a back-and-forth battle of stars. Brunson and Randle took over for New York, while Edwards and Towns carried the load for Minnesota. Every possession felt like a statement. With 2 minutes remaining, Brunson hit a step-back jumper over Conley to give the Knicks a 3-point lead. On the next possession, Edwards came right back, driving baseline for an and-one dunk that sent a jolt through the arena. The tension was sky-high as both teams traded buckets down the stretch. In the final minute, Brunson showed his clutch gene once again. After a perfectly executed pick-and-roll with Randle, Brunson found a crease in the defense and banked in a floater to give the Knicks a 107-104 edge. Minnesota had a chance to tie it, but Edwards' three-point attempt rimmed out. Randle grabbed the rebound, drew a foul, and sank 2 free throws to seal the deal. Despite a last-second layup from Towns, the Knicks held on for a 109-106 victory, a hard-fought win that showcased their balance, depth, and determination. This game offered a glimpse of what both teams could bring to the table this season. For the Knicks, Brunson continues to look like the heart and soul of the franchise. His leadership, decision-making, and scoring ability make him one of the best point guards in the league. Julius Randle looked strong and composed, showing improved patience and efficiency, while R.J. Barrett displayed a more controlled offensive game. The Knicks bench, led by Quickley, Hart, and DiVincenzo, proved once again that their second unit can hold its own against any team in the league. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards looked every bit like a future superstar. His confidence, athleticism, and offensive versatility were on full display, and his chemistry with Karl-Anthony Towns continues to develop. Towns' ability to stretch the floor and Gobert's rim protection make Minnesota a nightmare matchup for many opponents. Naz Reid's consistency off the bench was another bright spot, giving the Wolves reliable production when their stars rested. When the final buzzer sounded, both teams walked off the court knowing they had gained valuable experience heading into the regular season. The Knicks' 109-106 victory was more than just a preseason win. It was a statement that they're ready to compete at a high level and push deeper into the playoffs this year. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves showed that their mix of young talent and veteran leadership gives them all the tools to make a strong run in the West. Final score: New York Knicks 109, Minnesota Timberwolves 106. Top performers.